Okay, guys, I've seen already 3 people have joined. I will start commentating once we get going. So for now, just quickly sorting a few things out, and then I'll be with you. Right, hello guys, and welcome to Division 2 of TRRL. Today we are at Netherlands. This is round 5 of the season. It's obviously a race season for season 1, so this and there'll be 2 other races after this, so there'll be 7 rounds this season. Normally every season there is 12 rounds, but as this started midway through the second season for Division 1, we decided just to make it a short season. We will wait for the drivers to come out. Obviously, it's a very difficult track. I tried it in time trial very easily, just to catch a curb and lose the back end, which is what we always don't want to happen. But we'll wait for the drivers to select their setup. Hopefully, we do not get any rain, because the one time I don't really want rain, because it on this track it's just gonna be even worse than what it is. So definitely don't want rain. But we'll wait for the first driver to decide to come out of their garage, and we'll stay on board with them for their hot lap, also their out lap. So we have got 14 drivers for this race, and that is a Ferrari come out. I believe that is one of these. Okay, so we'll stay on board with one of these for his out lap. We'll just talk about his performance so far in the last 5 races. So he's been going fairly strong. A few races, he's been very consistent. He's definitely been up there to be able to fight at the top. So he is a quick driver, so we should expect a decent lap from him. sorting something out, sorry. Right. So we're staying on board with One Not Beast as he is on his warm-up lap. He has decided to start on the softs, which is interesting because I'd imagine some drivers will be starting on the medium. There you go, Vano starting on the medium. Everybody's coming out now. Creason's and the Alpine starting on the medium. Apex, what is Apex starting on? Oh, he's still in the pits. I'm dumb. Right, we'll go back on One Not Beast as he'll be the first one to set a lap time down, unless he invalidates, of course. So we'll stay on board with him as he goes around the final corner to start his lap now. Very easy to lose it on this final corner. Just turn in a little bit too sharp and you're losing the back end. So definitely 11-11 downforce for this one setup wise. But we'll stay on board with him as he approaches turn 1. Taking it a little bit wider than he probably would have wanted, but that banker lap, making sure you don't touch that curb. Through here you want to carry as much speed as possible going into this corner. It almost slingshots you around, but you also don't want to put too much throttle down, else you will lose the back end. So it looks like a few yellow flags. That'll just be people slowing down to get out of the way of other drivers on their faster laps. Another corner here, very easy to lose it in the back end, but it's looking like a pretty solid banker lap for One Not Beast in the Ferrari for his first lap. I would imagine a high 110 would get pole here. I am not too sure how the times correspond with the times in time trial. So we'll see what time One Not Beast sets and we will base it off of there. So coming around to the final corner now, what time is he going to set? It looks like it's going to be around a 112. So it's a 111.9, so a very decent banker time for now. Definitely some improvements around the track that he can get there if I can get my words out. We'll stay on board with the Haas of Scroll, see what time he sets as he is coming around the final corner now. Yeah, we do have a few drivers in here on their first race for us. Definitely getting some new drivers in. So looking like a high 111 is looking a pretty decent time, or maybe people are just struggling with their first few laps. I know it is a very difficult track. And then Alfa Romeo there we have James going pole position. It's actually his debut in the division, so a strong start for him, definitely. But we will hop back on board with somebody else now. We'll go on board with Apex as we know he's a very quick driver. Obviously coming down from Division 1, so we know he's got the pace. So we'll see what he can do here. Coming up to a corner where there is a lot of time to be won through this corner if you get it right, and it looks like he has got it very good. I'm not sure on how much throw he had down, but it did look very smooth, so it did look like a decent corner for him. Just coming around the final corner now, making sure you don't turn too sharply in. Sometimes go around the corner like it's like you're not going to make it and you're going to hit the wall. But a decent time from him, a 113, so he will definitely want to improve on that for sure. But we will now go on board with Creason for his lap. Ooh, he is invalidated. We have other drivers in the pits. We will stay on board with James as I think he... No, he's coming into the pits. Okay, we'll stay on board with Spillage as he is improving on his time. So it looks like he's staying in P3. I'm just messaging one of the drivers as they do have a quali ban, so they have to retire from the session just to make sure that if somebody does crash and is out, that they do not jump ahead on the grid. So we will hop on board with... Who do we go on board with? Is Apex on for another lap, or is he just bringing it in? It doesn't look to be a fast lap. Or no, he's just coming into the pits. Oh no, he is going. No. Okay. Who do we... Joe Mama? Alright, Joe, we'll stay on board with you as he's actually starting on the he is on the medium tyres, and that's a Williams right in front of him. That is going to be a massive distraction for Joe there. who was that in the Williams? Was it? It might have been Jesper. Yeah, so it was Jesper in the Williams, getting in the way there, but obviously nothing he could do. He just lost it, and has affected Joe's time massively, as he was up on his time, and now he is down by 3 tenths. So unfortunate for Joe, they're just in the wrong place at the time, and obviously Jesper will be sorry for Joe there, but not much Jesper could do, as he just lost it. But we'll stay on board with the Ferrari of Lewis De Beeker, as I believe he got pole last week. Yes, he got pole, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. We'll stay on board with him, as we know he's a quick driver. He's definitely been up there. Well, unfortunate last race though, he got into a bit of a tangle, and got a little bit stuck further down the field. So looking like a decent lap so far. Obviously, starting on those medium tyres, I do not know what the strategy is, so maybe starting on the medium tyres will be much more beneficial than trying to start on the softs. So as he now enters the final corner, you don't want to turn in too early and clip that curb, because it will send you into a spin. But coming around the last corner, everybody getting the last corner right, it seems so far, making sure that there are no slip ups, and Lewis De Beeker actually goes fastest there, as he takes the alternate route of Netherlands, and taking the corner wide. I wouldn't advise it in the race. It probably loses you about 4 or 5 seconds worth of delta time, but you know what? Sometimes that route might be quicker if there's a crash on the corner. Who knows? I wouldn't advise taking that route though. But we'll go back on board with Joe, as unfortunately, while we was on board with him in his last lap, he had a bit of a incident in front of him, which meant his lap did get ruined. So we will see what he can do this time in the Aston Martin. Obviously, unfortunately, he doesn't have his teammate for this race, as the teammate did win last race, and there is actually Hawkeye in the wall there in the Red Bull. Another little incident in front of Joe, probably not having the best of times, and is that a wheel off? It looks like he somehow kept the car together. So now, he's having a bit of problems with the cars in front of him, and now he's had a problem himself. Just waiting for the cars to go by so he don't get in the way of them. But very lucky to keep the car intact there. So we'll hop on board with somebody else. Let's stay on board with Scrolled, as we know he is a very consistent driver and has better race pace than quali pace, in my opinion. I'm not sure if he would agree or disagree, but we'll just stay on board with him for his lap. I don't know if he is improving or not, and Joe's hit the wall again. But he is 1 second up on his time, so right now, if he could find a little bit of time in this last sector, he will be sticking it on pole. So let's see what he can do around the final corner. Making sure you don't turn in too sharply. It's looking good so far. What time is it going to be as he crosses the line? It is just shy of pole, but that is enough to take P2. So a very good time there indeed from the Haas driver, putting it in P2. We always know he performs. He always puts in the good times and the good results. So he's always one that is an enjoyment to watch. But we will now hop on board with James, as he is similar to his time, but he is on medium tyres. So we'll stay on board with him and see what time he can do. Going a little bit wide out of that corner. I'm not sure if that's the fast route or not. I don't. He's gone wide out of that one as well. I think just a few wide turns, but it might actually be quicker. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I'm probably slower than some of these guys. I'm joking. Oh no. Alright, Why Not Beast is up by 2 tenths on this time, so we'll stay on board with him. Which should actually be enough to take him into P3, possibly into P2, if he can just keep it together and not lose too much time coming around here. He doesn't take any of the curb on the exit of the final corner, second to final corner. I don't know, is it the same corner? But anyway, he goes across the line. It is exactly the same time as P3. That's not something you normally see. So he's actually matched James with the same time. That is That's very rare. We don't normally see that. And we've got two people that are matched at the same time. You got Saki and Joe as well. Wow. Two people matching the same times as each other. That is extraordinary. Apex is not hitting the apex, he's hitting the wall. So we'll leave him be. I don't want to bully him for spinning out. So we'll go on board with somebody else. We'll stay on board with Blyther because he's on his out lap, and we'll stay on board with him for the whole hot lap. I don't wanna be mean to anybody because I know that when I do my race, I'll be in the lap one. But we'll stay on board with the Alpine here and see what time he can produce for us. Wait. Oh, no. The timing messed up. It just said he went quicker, but it's lied to us. So he's not got much to gain. I think it's 18 hundredths. I think. No, thousandths. 18 thousandths. No. Oh, I don't know. I really don't. Just 0.018. To get it's not even like that much anymore because the person that was there has just gone quicker, which I think was no, it is Apex. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. I'm just making you all confused or making myself sound dumb. Probably both. But we'll stay on board with Blythe. I haven't even commentated on his lap. It's looking good so far though. I actually haven't seen the sector times either. It's not commentary. It's just me trying to figure out how maths works. So he is actually. Oh no, 600ths up on his time, which is enough to take him into P9. If he can find that little bit extra time, he will be able to jump two drivers because they've got the exact same time. And that will put him in P7, so just got to be a little bit careful. I know it's really easy to lose the back end through there. What time's it going to be? It's just going to be half a tenth short of his personal best. But we will now hop on board with... We'll stay on board with Why Not Beast as he's coming into the final corner now, and he is half a tenth up on this time. So will he keep the half a tenth there, or will he improve it, or will he lose out on some time? Because all he's got to do is improve by almost nothing, and he'll take that third place spot. What time's it going to be? It is a 1/10 quicker, so that means he now moves up into P3. And Apex as well, putting in a very good lap as well, moving him into P4. And is that on the medium tyres? It is on the medium tyres. There we go. That's the pace we want to see in him. But we will now hop on board with... Oh, Joe! Joe's gone pole. Aston Martin. Yeah, Aston Martin's always been good. And in Div 1. Yeah. That's why I raced with them. That's why we haven't had a win yet. Anyway. In Division 1. Right, there's a Mercedes in the wall. Who is it? I think it might be Vano. Vano's in the wall. Vano is in the wall. Oh dear. So, right, we'll go on board with some of these on a hot lap. I think Spillage is on a fast lap. So we'll see what time he will do as he crosses the line. He's on the medium tyres. He does go quicker, which does put him in P7. So, good job from him there on the medium tyres as well. It seems a lot of drivers are putting on the medium tyres. Maybe that's the much quicker strategy. But we'll go on board with Jesper as he is yet to set a time. He got P2 last time, I believe. It was him and Lewis Beaker P1, P2. I can't remember which way around it was, but it was one of them on pole. So expect to see good things from Jesper here, so we'll see what he can do. So coming through the first couple corners, keeping it very tidy indeed. He's kind of got a lot of pressure on him because he still has not got a lap down, so he'll need to produce one when it matters here because there's only around 3 minutes left of the session. Obviously our timing is a little bit quicker than the drivers, so there's actually 3 minutes roughly left of the session, not 2. So we'll be able to put in a couple of laps here, so let's see what he can do. Evening, a lot of people joining. I'm surprised you guys stick around to hear my commentary. I would have left instantly, but thank you very much for staying. We have almost all the drivers in the pits, other than 3. One of them was in the wall, and I think that's another one in the gravel. Yep, that's Bano in the gravel. Oh, and one in the wall. You know what? One in the gravel, one in the wall, and one about to go probably top 10, I'd imagine, at least. It's looking like a very quick time. Might even be pole. Oh, it's nearly pole. So a very good time from the Williams there, actually, with a lot of pressure on him because he had not set a time yet. So putting it in P2, he'll probably think he can definitely improve. So he might be going for another pit. So we will stay on board with Jesper, as it looks like he does go a little bit wide there. Clipping the curb a little bit, losing the back end. We'll stay on board. Is he improving through sector 1? If not, we will hop on board with somebody else. It does look like he has slowed down. Yeah, so he won't be improving for that lap, so he might be recharging to go again. But we will stay on board now with Lewis the Beaker, as I'd imagine he is looking to improve on his time to push up. He's only got improved by 1.5 attempts. Easy and done by far. String times, and that is Saki retiring. I don't know if he. Oh no! Oh, he's in the wall. How's? Oh, hold on. How's he kept his wheels on? Well, I think some of us need to get in contact with the Ferrari mechanics, because I've never known somebody to keep their wheels on after that. And he also nearly got in the way of somebody. You don't want to get in the way of anybody. He's taking the grass. He's trying his best not to get in the way of anybody. But I think that'll be the end of his qualifying session. And you know what? Who's that? Was that Blyther? Yeah, Blyther joined him and decided to spin out as well. So we're on board with the other Alpine, who is not spinning. Oh, I thought it was about to spin. But Creedon looking like it's going to be maybe an improvement on his time. We'll see. As he comes up to the timing board, he is half a second quicker on his time, so that will move him up to P7. If he can find 1/10 more, that could move him up to P5. So you're getting into the margin where every corner matters, and it's very fine margins, but we'll see what happens as he comes around the final corner. It looks to keep it relatively smooth around the corner, and the timing must be right, but he jumps up into P8, so he definitely probably could have gone quicker there, but P8, not bad, puts you in a good position for the race, out of the way of the trouble up here with these lot, but we'll go on board with Joe, because it looks like he is trying to set a faster lap, and I'd imagine if he keeps this together, he will be setting a faster lap. But the question is James going quicker than... Right, who just joined? You've just messed up the timing. Leave. Joking, don't leave. You're welcome. But now I can't see what James is doing. Thanks a lot. Right, anyway. Joe's 2 temps up on his time. We'll have to see what James is doing in a minute, as somebody just joined the stream and blocked it. So thank you very much. I'm just kidding. I'm being too mean. But anyway, Joe goes pole by... well, he was already pole. But yeah, James isn't improving on his time. So that looks like it will be it for this session, as neither of the last 2 cars are improving on their times. Oh no, the person that joined actually did leave. I think, unless somebody else left. But there you go, that is your results for qualifying. So we'll move on to the 36 lap race now. Probably a few people will spin out, I'd imagine. But yeah, definitely. So Joe and James are 2 debuters. I don't know if that's a word. I hope so. In P1 and P2, is anybody else on their debut? I don't think they are. So the 2 people on their debut, making the division look slow by sitting in P1 and P2. I trust you did slow. I would say there is a very fair and fast amount of drivers in this category. But when you move up to Div 1, you're racing me, and then it becomes bumper cars. And yeah. Big salty seawater. I do not know who you are in the race, but yeah, somebody did spin out last on the last corner, and I think they might have got in your way a little bit. I can't actually remember who it was, but we'll look at that after the race. But there's your results. Obviously, Jesper and Lewis the Beaker, Ferrari and the Williams, starting on the medium tyres, so that could play a huge advantage for them strategy-wise. Obviously, the McLaren has banned, I'm not saying the time, as she does have a quali ban, so unlucky for her. And my phone's breaking, so I can't actually read your comments. So I'm just going to punch it a few times, and hopefully it starts working. I just broke it even more. I don't know what you said, guys. Oh, I think my phone's not responding to me now. There we go. Right. Hopefully I can get onto the comments. Ah, it's broken. I don't know what any of you said. But we'll just sit back and enjoy the race while I try and fix my phone to read the comments. So we'll wait for the drivers to hop in, and I'll also wait for my phone to sort itself out. Voila, I'm a genius. Right, it is back. Oh, it was you that spun, was it? Ah, I can't remember. I really can't. I can't remember most things. I got short-term memory loss, I think. I mean, I don't know who it was, but it's easily done. You just clip the grass and that's it. You're being sent into the wall. But this is going to be a interesting race, as obviously the two cars in front in P1 and P2 are both on the soft sward. The cars behind have started on the medium tyre, so on outright pace without the tyres, I'd imagine Jesper and Lewis de Beeker would be the fastest two here. But maybe, you never know. Jesper and Lewis might just find the medium tyre much more better to drive, much more easier to drive. But I'll run through the order anyway, because these guys have done an excellent job. So Joe in the Aston Martin for its debut, putting it on pole, continuing the good form of Aston Martin. Obviously they won last week, so good job to him. And then we have James doing a very good job putting the Alfa Romeo into P2. So for his debut, that's an excellent start. Jesper in P3 on the medium tyres for Williams. He was P1 or P2 last time, I can't remember, and Lewis Beaker was also P1 or P2 with him, I can't remember who it was, and then they had a little kiss and they crashed. So moving on from that, we have Scrolled, who I think he done good last time. He done good, but he's a very consistent driver, very consistent, puts in consistent lap times, so he always capitalizes on other people's mistakes. So good job from him. We're not beating the Ferrari. We know he can be quick as well. Apex in the AlphaTauri. On the medium tyres, we know he has definitely got pace moving down from Div 1, so we'll see him working his way through the field, I'd imagine. Reason, not the best of races last week. He did unfortunately have a few spins, but me too. I don't like Japan either. Ah, we're at the grid already. Spillage, very quick driver. Yep, in the, I don't know what that is. Williams, Blyther in the, I don't know, the blue car, and then Sakai in the Mercedes, and Spanner in the McLaren. Right. Anyway, let's go back on board. We don't want this shot. We want the front one. Actually, no, this one's alright. We'll stay on board with this one. So we'll wait for the lights to go out. We will see what happens into turn 1. Hopefully no crashes. Anyway, when's the lights going out? Okay, right, the lights have gone out, but the cars aren't moving. So we'll wait for the cars to move. Alright, there we go. We are off. And let's see who got a good start, who didn't. So it looks like James didn't get the best of starts, and Jesper's already trying to find a way around. And it does look like Jesper might actually be creeping around there. A few cars going wide into turn 1, but as it stands, it looks like Jesper's actually got through there. And there's the Beaker also trying to defend, it looks like, from Scroll. Apex working his way up through the pack already on those medium tyres. And who else have we got? We got Why Not Beast actually dropping back a little bit, so obviously not the start he wanted. And it's right behind him trying to find a gap through there. But we'll move back up the order. Lewis de Beeker trying to close in on James, as he wants to get past him as quickly as possible on those medium tyres. But it looks like Joe Mummer's actually been passed by Jesper as well. So Jesper's off to a flying start here on the medium tyres. He's wanting to get away very quick, and it does look like Hawkeye has decided to disappear. It looks like Scroll as well in the house. I'm not sure what's happened. We'll stay on board with Hawkeye, see if we can see what happened. The virtual safety car. But the man who I said was consistent, had good race pace, is out already. So it looks like he's just lost it on the apex, or maybe somebody's put him in the wall. One of the two, I do not know. I missed it. I'm really sorry. But we will go back up top to Jesper, who had a flying start, but we are under virtual safety car, so I'd imagine nobody's going to... Hawkeye will probably pit to get his wing changed, but other than that, that was a quite a crazy start. Quite a lot happened, a lot of moves changed. Obviously, James got past Joe off the start, but he also got passed by Jesper. So Joe, obviously not having the best of starts, dropped 2 positions, but we'll see if he can make them back up through the race. Apex, an amazing start from him, moving up 2 places, I believe. But Jesper, I think, had the best start of them all, chopping up through and gaining 2 places off the start, which means he will now be able to pull away and show his pace around here. And it does look like Creason and Why Not Peace did hit. Have you got damage? I think he might have damage. Yes, he does. He has front right wing damage, so I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, now he's got drive. Oh no, it's all going wrong for the Ferrari, but we'll hop back up top. He didn't have the best of race last week as well. Lucky's not on his side at the minute, but we'll stay on board with Jesper for the restart of the race. Further back, we do have Joe trying to close in on the Alfa Romeo. We do have oh no, Apex. No, we have Apex in the wall. So Apex is in the wall. Not good. Hopefully he hasn't got any rear wing damage. Hawkeye retired there. I'm not sure where. Retirements everywhere. Spanner has set the fastest lap of the race. Oh wait, no. Oh. Nah, never mind. It's because it's lap 3. Right, she won't be holding that. We'll hop back on board. This is where the battle is. Obviously some very clean drivers, so we'll stay on board with this one as James actually sets fastest sector 1, so he is trying to close in on Jesper to take back the position that Jesper took from him. And a little bit further back we do have Joe trying to defend from Lewis DeBeeker, as I guess the Ferrari will be eager to get past, as you don't really want to be stuck behind people on softs, because once those softs start dropping off, it looks like Joe's going to go for a move as James has gone wide. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it, but will Lewis DeBeeker? No, I thought Lewis DeBeeker might have been able to take advantage of the mistake, and he tries to send one down the inside, and it does look like Lewis DeBeeker has gone into a spin. A very ambitious move, I must say that was. But we'll hop back on board with the front 3, and as I say that, Spillage and Creason quietly working their way up, and obviously Spanner as well from P14 working their way up very quietly, so we'll keep our eye on them. But further up the field we do have James trying to get past Jesper still, but obviously there is 32 laps left of this race, so anything can still happen. You never know, Spanner might win the race. And then I wonder how many people crashed. But anyway, we'll stick on board with the stream. We'll stop being mean to drivers. So we'll stay on board here. Oh, Joe goes a little bit wide in the Aston Martin. A little bit further back, we do have Creason. It looks like he's falling back in a little bit, but a little bit further back, we have Spillage, who he's working his way up quietly, definitely. But the pace-wise dropped off quite a bit. But further back, we do have Apex closing in on Spanner. We do know Apex would be the fastest driver here, I would imagine, especially being on those medium tyres. As lap 4 comes now, I'd imagine those softs start chopping up a little bit. So will he be able to make a move? I do not think so. He's just going to stick behind her through the last couple of corners, and it does look like we have a ghost car. So Saki's decided to dip out of the session. That might be connection issues, I'm not too sure. But Apex staying on the back of Spanner. I don't know if DRS is enabled, but if it is, then I think Apex will have to run down here and be able to get her. Will Spanner go defensive? Doesn't look like she does, but going into the turn 1, she just keeps up the position. I guess that's a smart thing to do. You don't want to lose too much time defending. I guess just follow Apex through and use him to drag you along. But we'll work our way back up the top now and enjoy this battle up here. I would imagine Jesper quite happy right now on those medium tyres, cruising really. We do have a yellow sector 3. Who has... Why Not Beast there? He's really not having much luck at all in these last couple of races. But we'll stay on board with the front 3 as these are the closest, and obviously for the most important spot in the race, as Joe loses the back end a little bit there, but recovers it, and there's some seeing things. But we'll stay on board with these three, as looks like Joe's actually closing in on James relatively quick. How much ERS has these guys got? They all got roughly the same, so nobody's going to be able to really make a charge. But if I was Joe right now, I'd just sit behind, let the DRS do the work, and just charge my battery. Get that battery full, and then just wait for a mistake, and once they make a mistake, just go for it. But obviously we all have our different strategies. That's why I've never won a race, because obviously I'm not very good. But anyway, Lewis the Beakers, while we've been talking nonsense, Lewis the Beakers actually caught up to Spillage. So we will stay on board here, as I'd imagine a move will be happening soon. But I also say that Joe Mama, oh, it looks like James has actually lost connection. I will invite him back. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly invite him back, so I don't want him to miss anything, and obviously for him to lag out, that's really unlucky. Oh no, it looks like he's rejoined. Okay, rejoined? Has he? I'm missing everything. Anyway, we'll stay on board here with this one. I'm going to quickly check to James, make sure that he is in, or is he not in? Is it X-Cross, right? Yeah, he left. Okay, I just need to quickly make sure that James is welcome to it. As the Ferrari does look to go for a move down the inside, will he make it stick? The Williams, they're giving him enough space, but obviously having the inside line going through the next couple of corners is crucial. So it doesn't look like the Ferrari will be able to get past him just yet. And further up we have Cruisen on the back of James now. I'm really unfortunate for James. I'm just quickly checking to make sure that he can get back in. As I don't want him missing out, because he is losing a lot of time here, so this is really unfortunate for him. Right, I'm going to try and invite him again. Sorry about this, guys. I nearly just quit the session. That would have been a disaster. Let me see. Can I invite him? Right. There we go. Hopefully we have not missed much. What we missed? Ah! We've missed... No, we haven't missed anything. Okay. Hopefully he can get back in as soon as possible, as it's not nice being on your debut and losing connection. That's just not fun at all. But anyway, we will... Lewis the Beaker got past Spillage. Sorry guys, we missed a lot, and there we go, James has rejoined, but unfortunately for him, he has lost around 10 seconds in a whole load of places, so that's really going to frustrate him. But I'd imagine if there's a safety car in this game, he can definitely get back into the fight up top, so just really unfortunate that he lost connection. But we'll stay on board with the Ferrari, who is looking to hunt down that Alpine for that third place spot, as quite a cool helmet design actually, isn't it? I like that. Doesn't suit the Ferrari, but it's a nice design. But we're not here to talk about the design of the helmet. We're here to watch the battle, so we'll just wait for the Ferrari to make a move, as I'd imagine soon, as that Alpine looks like it has really dropped off pace-wise. But Cruisen definitely doing a very good job. He qualified P8 and he's up into P3, so even though he will most likely get overtaken here, he has done an excellent job. But he has gone defensive. Will he make this stick through the corner? No, he backs off. So the Ferrari now, Lewis the Beaker, is still moving up into P3, but obviously the Alpine definitely doing a very good job, and Spillage behind in the Williams also doing a very good job, moving up slowly, but we don't have any timing, which is really annoying, so I don't know who's like where, or we'll just quickly run through and see who is close to somebody. Nobody is close to anybody, so we'll stay on board here and see if Cruisen gets overtaken by Spillage, as I'd imagine those softs are now really starting to die out, because these medium runners seem to be picking up the pace and catching these soft tyre runners. So I'd imagine the people left are, most of them are medium. Yeah, a few of them. But we'll stay on board with Spillage as he looks to get past the Alpine of Cruisen. And also further back we have Apex. Is that? Okay, that's Why Not Beast behind him. I nearly got confused. So we will hop back on board with, where am I going, guys? Where am I going? Okay, Spillage, right. We'll stay on board with Spillage, and we'll also keep our eye on the battle for 6th place, but we know James has got very good pace. Obviously, just that connection issue did drop him down a lot, which is really unfortunate. So, Spillage there as well, actually dropping behind. But does he have DRS? He doesn't have DRS, so he did miss the DRS zone. So it looks like Creason's actually pulling away from him there on the soft tyres. So I must have been wrong about those soft tyres going off a bit, because obviously they are not. And as you can see there, Why Not Beast definitely showing his pace, and Apex there wobbling off the back end a little bit, but Why Not Beast definitely showing. He's just very unlucky to spin out, because he's definitely got the pace to be up here. As you can see now, he's pulling away from Apex and actually catching James. But where do we go? Where do we go? Right, we'll stay on board with Lewis the Beaker. No, we won't. Why are we staying on board with him? I don't know. We'll stay on board with Apex as he looks to close down on James. But saying that, the lap car of Why Not Beast is going to get past James before Apex. But unfortunately, Why Not Beast is our lap down due to unfortunate events, we'll call it that. But that's a yellow flag for sector 3. So who's had an off, shall I say? It looks like it's Vanna who's in the wall. Hopefully he don't get in the way of anybody there, as he's just reversing it back into the wall. Oh my god, he's just causing a lot of damage to his car. We don't want to see that. What we do want to see is the battle being formed here between Apex and James. There is a big drop off after that. The McLaren chugging it slowly in 8th place. Doesn't really have anybody to fight with, but P8 definitely getting some decent points. Who knows? Just got to keep it together and yeah, take the positions where people crash and you get decent points. I mean, you do that every race and you'll be in the top 5. But anyway, Apex now on the back of James. He's behind, and Why Not Beat's actually dropping back a little bit. He's letting this battle happen as he doesn't want to get in the way, I'd imagine. But he was ahead of James at one point, so I'm not sure why he wanted to do that, but maybe he just wanted the battle to be there without him affecting it by giving James DRS. Anyway, we'll stay on board with Apex's. I'd imagine he would make a move here. And as you can see, all the sparks flying from James, so he must be running a very low suspension, as I am as well in Division 1. But Apex looks to go down the inside. James, what happened there? Okay, so obviously Apex braked a lot more earlier than James did. Very good late braking there from James, so he keeps his position for now. But Apex on those medium tyres looking like it's definitely got a good amount of pace and a good amount of life behind those tyres. But he is dropping off a little bit here. And as I say that, James is catching up the Spillage. So we know James and Apex both have really, really good pace. Just unfortunate. Obviously Apex spun and James, well, he lost connection. Other than that, we probably would have had a nice battle between the top 3. But hey ho. Is he yellow sector 3? So I'd imagine it's one of these guys back here. Yes, it is Vano. Vano crashing in his favourite spot this race, as it seems. But Why Not Beast getting fed up of waiting, and he's just going to make the move happen himself. Must be getting very, very difficult for those drivers being inside out. Oh no 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 no. Okay. So Why Not Beast Ceres has crashed. I can't speak. I didn't expect anything more. Being like what's the word? What's the word, guys? Come on, help me out here. Invisible? No. Like, see-through. There we go. See-through. Between cars. It's just so distracting. But obviously, he's not had the best of races. He had a really unlucky start with a drive-through and an incident under safety car. So that's really unfortunate for him. But we have now got a safety car, so that brings everybody back together, which does make things very interesting. So we'll stay on board with Jesper and see if he goes into the pits or not, or he stays out on those medium tyres. As is he right behind the safety car? No, Blyther's in front, just chugging along slowly. Yeah, there we go. So the Williams does decide to come into the pits with the Ferrari behind. So we'll see what tyres Jasper does decide to put on. I'd imagine it would be hard tyres. Yep, so he does put on the hard tyres there. And James gets a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Apex. Apex is behind him. They can serve that in the pits, but not ideal at all. And James, very unlucky right now because he is had a connection issue. Now he's got a 5-second time penalty. If that was me, the controller would be through the TV. And Lifer there just being the lap, so that's really unfortunate for him. I think he's actually got to go. So Blyther will be leading this one. Yeah, so Blyther will be actually here for the safety car. So yeah, so Apex hit James. So that's really not ideal for James at all, so having to serve that 5-second time penalty. I don't think he's lost any positions by doing it. I might be wrong. Obviously, Creason has not. No, Creason has pitted yet. So, did he overtake Creason? I'm not sure if he lost any positions or not. But yeah, we'll be seeing that one after the race and just going through the incidents as Blyther. No, wait, where's Blyther gone? He's disappeared. Oh, nice. So he could overtake the safety car. Right, that gives him time to catch up. So very nice for him. Hopefully, Van doesn't hit anybody because he is in the mix of it at the moment. And yeah, he is where he's got his car in a place where his car shouldn't be, but because of the game, he can't change that, and he is just stuck there. And if it was real life, I believe you can just overtake if you are lapped, but that is not the case in this game. So if you get lapped, then that's just unlucky, isn't it? And you're a bit stuffed. But we'll stay on board Jesper as the safety car comes in. Not this lap, probably not the next lap, but the lap after that, as we are waiting for Blyther to catch up. As there we go, the McLaren has finally caught up. What tyres have they put on? Looks like everybody, Apex on the medium, everybody else is on the hard. So, and Vano on the softs. So Vano's basically out of this race anyway. He's one lap behind, so that's unfortunate for him. But obviously, he can score 9 points as our point system goes 20 down to 1. So as long as he finishes the races, he gets points. So even though it might not be that enjoyable for him, he can still score some very nice few points. But just wait for Blyther to catch up, and I believe Apex in the top 10 is the only one to be on medium tyres. So I'd imagine he'll be going for. I mean, he made some drivers made softs go 12 laps, so I don't see why softs can't go, mediums can't go 20. So we'll see what was the smarter choice, what was the faster choice, medium or hards. Yes, we can onboard James for now. He is stuck behind Vano, that is there, yeah. So we'll stay on board with James until the safety car restart. Obviously he's got Vano in front of him, which isn't ideal, having a lapped car in front of you. Anyway, is the safety car in this lap? I don't think it is. No, it's not. So not in this lap, so we'll be waiting a whole nother lap for the safety car to come in, because we are waiting for Blyther, who has now caught up to the pack. So next lap, after this one, the safety car should be in, and then we will get going for 20 laps of Netherlands. Sandball, I don't know how to say it. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. so probably another half an hour of racing, and then they should be done. And then I'm going to run off and do my Division 1 race, put it in the wall, and then go to bed. No, I've definitely got good pace on this track. But I'm not going to say anything, because I'm going to jinx myself. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to do good here, and I'm just not, and the wall is going to greet me, and then the Discord's going to pop off, and I'm going to get bullied, like always. But anyway, I'm just trying to fill the time, guys, while the safety car's coming in. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't care what I'm saying. To a certain extent. Don't want to be rude, but yeah. Right. Anyway, safety car's in this lap, so enough of me boring you. And already lost 2 years. You know what? That's not as bad as normally. Normally lose a few more than that. So yeah, not too bad. But anyway, just for backing up everybody as I would do. I would have been at the front of the safety. Oh, I have, and I hit the safety car. Right, enough of that. We'll stay on board Jesper as it looks like he is going. Not now. When will he be in? Just elementary so we can see his throttle. Looks like he's leaving it really late here. And there we go, he is gone. So it looks like a fairly decent restart from him. But does anybody capitalize on the safety car restart? Further back, it does look like we have 3 wide going into turn 1. That is just Vano being overtaken, nothing major. But we move further up. Looks like James being attacked there by the AlphaTauri who goes down the inside. That ghost car getting very, very in the way or distracting, as I would imagine. But further up, Lewis Tabika, this is the battle we want to see, guys. The Ferrari versus the Williams. These two were battling last time, so I'm sure there'll be a good battle here. But we'll quickly run through the order, make sure nobody is super close, and making a move. So it does look like Apex there. With those medium tyres, I'd imagine he has a massive pace advantage now, so he needs to make good use of the pace advantage he has right now, because to the end of this race, those hard tyres are going to start kicking in, and they will definitely be outperforming mediums. And James actually goes up the inside. I mean, that is, Apex could have left more room. James had all right to go for the move. I would have gone for the move because the gap opened up. Apex did close the door a little bit, which was tight. I mean, they did hit, but it looks like Blyther. Yeah, Blyther's going into the pits, but yeah, gap just closed, and had a little contact, but nothing major. So they're still battling, which is good, but definitely space needs to be left. But anyway, Apex is on the back of Spillage now, and also as I'm talking, Lewis Beaker hunting down Jesper, and I'm sure this will be a battle to watch soon. But Apex 1/10 now behind Spillage, and with those medium tyres, I'm sure he's going to be making more moves after this one. So he does try and go up the inside, and James does lose it. And the hard tyres, personally, I would have gone on the hard tyres. I know everybody has done here, but with the grip of Netherlands, I'm not good enough to go on hard tyres, guys. I wouldn't survive. I wouldn't even survive to be able to change onto my tyres, though, so I'd better not get ahead of myself. But anyway, we'll stay on board with Apex, who's trying to get past Spillage. And oh my god, they both spin. Mate. Okay. And as I say, the car who is chugging along slowly is now up into P5. But a very big crash there between Spillage and Apex, who I don't think they hit. I think they just both spun. I am not too sure. We'll have to look at that one after the race. Hopefully they did not hit, and hopefully they just both spun. I don't know. Like, it's just unfortunate, isn't it? That they just unfortunate. But anyway, we have the 2 Alfa Romeos now coming closer, and obviously the McLaren chugging along slowly. But anyway, back up to add the battle we want to watch. And also Joe is saying, hey, I'm in this battle here, I've got the pace to match you guys, and is in DRS range, so he's definitely shown that he can be in this battle, and he's proven so. And also Creason, not that far behind, saying, hold on guys, I'm also in this battle, but it does look like he is falling a little bit behind now, so maybe just isn't quite up to the pace of these three. But Joe definitely showing on his debut, he has got the pace to be up here in the battle for the podiums, and James as well. Just really unfortunate with all the things that have happened, but I would imagine he would definitely be up here as well, as he has showed a very strong performance. Just a few unfortunate events. But anyway, we will stay on board with the Ferrari of Lewis to be. No, 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 no. We don't want to see you spin. Will Joe now make a move? So the Ferrari there, just losing the back end, having a little wobble, doing a very good job to keep it together. But now Joe is on the back of the Ferrari, wanting to get past so he can attack that Williams of Jesper. So it looks like Lewis now, he's just trying to get back into the DRS of Jesper, but there we go, he is now within that 1 second mark. But will he stay in that 1 second mark around this corner? Does it to be just outside of it? Will he be in it through the DRS detection zone? Ooh, yes, he will. So I'd imagine he will have DRS. I'd imagine he would possibly make a move, but he is in it, so he'll be now catching back up to Jesper, and he did just set the fastest sector free, so I'd imagine he would have been burning a lot of ERS there just to get back into that ERS zone after the small little error actually at this corner right here on the exit. So hopefully you don't make the same mistake twice, as he does have a little wobble on the back end, but nothing as bad as what it was the lap before. Now 5 tenths between him and Jesper, so he is closing Jesper down quite quickly, and Joe is just trying to stay on the back of them, I'd imagine. Obviously maybe just recharging, just waiting for them both to make an error. Obviously making sure that he doesn't get into a tangle, and if anybody's going to get into a tangle, it's going to be these two here, and he's going to wait for a move and just sneak in. But it does look like he has now dropped out of the DRS detection zone. Nope, he's crept back into it. So close little fight we have going on here. Joe and the Aston Martin just trying to keep into that DRS zone, just trying to hold on. But the Ferrari hunting down that Williams, but these guys are so similar pace, and they're very good drivers. So we'll stay on board with them. The Ferrari actually setting the fastest lap of the race now, and getting very close indeed to that Williams through that DRS zone. So if he can be around 3 to 4 tenths behind, I'd imagine he will be able to make a move. And Spanner there's actually spun and is in the wall, which is really unfortunate, because the one that was chugging along slowly, does she have damage? Does she have, I don't want to miss anything, but sorry about that. But it does look like she does have damage, because she is going very wide here, and Spillage just got to be careful. Don't know why she didn't bother pitting when the entry was just there. But anyway, we'll go back on board with the Ferrari and the Williams, who are battling hard, very hard. And will the Ferrari make a move around the outside here? Doesn't look like he's going to have enough space to do so, or enough pace to get around the outside there, but definitely trying to make that move happen. And Joe just in the background, falling away a little bit, but still trying to be in this battle. But the Ferrari now of Lewis to Beaker getting very close to Jesper. Jesper's holding on for dear life, it seems. Only 13 more laps to go, so not long now left of the race. We are at 66% of the way through the race. That is good maths right there, guys, you gotta give me that. And it's actually wrong, the maths is wrong, because we'd be on lap 24 if it was 66% of the way through the race. So it wasn't good maths, so I apologise. But anyway, there we go, we have Spanner now in the pits, putting on a new winger, putting on the medium tyres as well. But anyway, the battle that we want to watch is up here. There's also another battle between Apex and Blyther. But what do we watch? We watch the one for first and second. So stay on board. And Joe now actually showing I'm in DRS zone, and I'd imagine he will catch up a bit here with the DRS open, helping him definitely get back into this battle as he is hopping in and out, obviously not wanting to get too close, and I understand that. I do find as well following another car does affect your pace quite a lot, so sometimes it's easier just to stay back a little bit. And as you can see there, just by taking a very different line to the Ferrari of Lewis Dabica. A little bit further back. Is Apex looking to make a move yet? Blythe is on the soft tyres, so I'd imagine those soft tyres will be dying out before the end of the race. Or maybe he will try and go to the end of the race on those soft tyres. Let me see how many laps old they are. I know how to do this now. 5 lap old softs, I would imagine they will not make the end of the race, and if they do, then well done. But I'd imagine medium tyres probably would have been quicker, maybe even hards, as the amount of wear they would have had would have killed the pace a lot in the tyres. But anyway, the Ferrari now looking to attack maybe on this straight. He is 6 tenths behind, going into the DRS zone. Will he have enough room to get enough speed to get by? It doesn't look so, but he does set another fast lap of the race. So these two absolutely flying right now. But will he try? No, just by making that car as wide as possible, doing a very good job defending right now. So Lewis Dabica behind for another lap. So will he get by? Will Jesper do enough to hold on to this? Because right now he's defended for quite a few laps and he's doing it very well. So looking like a good battle for us to watch here. And obviously we have Joe in the background sitting in third spot for his debut, and that is a very good result indeed. As we have a yellow sector 3 who is Pfeiffer, and Spanner's probably trying to speed up a bit because here could be an extra point as long as she doesn't spin. I'm going to watch. Okay, she doesn't spin this time. That's fantastic. Anyway, we'll go back to the top before we miss something. Lewis Dabica still on the back of Jesper, and now moving on to the 26th lap, so only 10 more laps to go after this one. I think that's right. I'd imagine so, yeah. But will Lewis Dabica have enough room? He decides to go down the inside. He's had enough of going around the outside, and oh no, they touch. They touch. And Joe's just going to creep by and say thank you. That's what I was waiting for. And now he's going to be hunting down Jesper. But that is really unfortunate for Lewis Dabica there. That's another contact with Jesper he has had. And he's actually just lost it. Maybe too much heat in those rear tyres. And that will give James a real chance to come in and take that third place spot. Yes, it will. So Lewis Dabica there actually losing 2 places. Oh no, he's got one back as James has gone wide a little bit. Now he's cutting some grass. But wow, that'll be reviewed after the race, I'm sure, on if Lewis Dabica just went wide into Jesper, or maybe Jesper didn't leave enough space. But that was not what we wanted to see. That was a good fight happening, but Joe's probably quite happy as he's now in P2, and he didn't have to do a thing. But anyway, we'll stay on board with James and Lewis Dabica. As we know, James also has a very quick pace, and we can see that as he has now moved up into 4th place, and that is a yellow sector 1. So who is that? That is the McLaren of Spanner, parking the car on the grass, trying not to get in the way of anybody. Who's going past? That is that's not Blythe, but that's Jesper, and that's Joe. But unfortunately, no position gains for them as they are the leading cars. But anyway, we'll stay on board with James and Lewis Dabica, as there are now 9 laps left of this race. And Blythe are also looking to make a move on Creason. So the 2 Alpines battling hard. Both on soft tyres. No, wait. Yeah, both on soft tyres. So both looking to push hard, and obviously looks like Saki has disconnected from the race there, so that's going to be a nice easy pass for the Alpines as they go around the track together, gaining places. but we will hop back on board with James as taking a very wide corner, but he is not far behind Lewis Beaker at all. So now coming into the final corner, just no mistakes on this corner. Really difficult to get right, especially 36 laps where you turn a little bit too sharply, just coming out of the exit, and that's it. That's you in the wall. As you've seen a couple times this race, a few drivers just been caught out by it, and somebody just set fast lap of the race, and I think it was Lewis Beaker. Yes, it was, with a 1:13.4, so much quicker than else. Actually, James with the second fastest lap of the race, so definitely in the races to come when these four are in much closer um, area, then it will definitely be a joy to watch. But right now, a little bit spread out as James having an unfortunate race, and obviously the incident between Lewis Beaker and Jesper again. Obviously they had an incident in Japan as well under the safety car. But definitely showing he does have similar pace to Lewis Beaker here in the Ferrari, as he's staying within that 1 second gap. So the driver is definitely very quick, and I say that Splidge, Apex, and a few others such as Why Not Beast definitely all do have a very quick pace as well. But we will stay on board with James as there is now only 7 more laps left of this race. It's looking like Jesper and Joe will take 1 and 2 as long as they don't do anything stupid. So that Aston Martin there, keeping up the good form for the team. Obviously missing the race winner last week, but Joe doing the work and getting the team so far. It's looking like a P2. So Aston Martin going very strong there, and obviously looking to score good points in the Constructors' Championship. But James now closing the gap to 7 tenths, so he is closing the gap bit by bit, and there is a yellow sector 1, I think that might be Creason of the Alpine, who's had a little spin there, and might have been with his teammate, I'm not too sure, but it does look like Vano is behind him, yes. And then we have Spanner coming down the last straight, chugging along slowly to take 10 points, I would imagine, from this race. Maybe not her strongest track, but still got to finish to get those points, and they'll be very handy indeed. And that is now a yellow sector. Who has spun? Who has spun? It's the other No, it's not the same Alpine. It's the same Alpine of Creason this time. Those tyres must just be red hot, and he's got no wing now. And it does look like Spanner might be able to close in and overtake. And it's like just getting in a little bit of a way of a few drivers. There, but will Spanner be able to catch up and overtake the Alpine here? I think this might be her first overtake on the track. No, I take that back. She definitely overtook somebody at the start. But anyway, Creason there, not going to put up a fight, I would imagine. Obviously not, because when you got no front wing, you're basically stranded. But, well, now we've got yellow sector 2 and 3. What's going on, eh? Why is everybody... What's going on, guys? Oh, no, nobody. Must have been a squirrel running across the track. But anyway, we'll stay on board with James as the pace is definitely there, and he is looking for that last podium spot, and Lewis Beaker is not wanting to lose it. And that's a yellow sector 3, and I thought that was Jesper who actually had an off, but it wasn't. And James looks to go around the outside here, exactly the same, and oh no, that's just really unfortunate. Lewis Beaker has said hello to the curb, and he spun, and that curb is so deadly. So both Ferraris having a really unfortunate race, but James will happily take that position. That moves him up into P3, so the 2 debuts currently in P2 and P3, so they're going strong. Lewis Beaker, I would be absolutely raging right now, because that's just unfortunate. First incident, ran that corner, and then the second one, spin, and Pano Bano's had enough, and I think he might have actually retired in. No, it's a safety car. And wow, could this make the last few laps interesting? Okay, so a safety car. So I would imagine Jesper's going to come into the pits. Yep, is Joe going to follow? Joe decides to stay out. What is James and Lewis Beaker going to do? As Jesper now is going to be on those soft tyres, but it's such a hard track to overtake on. But he's going to come out in P2, so putting on those soft tyres was definitely the right choice for him. And yeah, so Joe has come out right behind the safety car, and he has also got a ghost car in front of him, which I believe is Saki. But just for actually making strategy-wise definitely the right call there, to put on the soft compound, as he's only lost one place, and those softs against the hards are going to be a nice easy move there. And Joe's probably a sitting duck right now on those old hards, and a few other drivers pit in to put those soft tyres on. Spanner just not able to get through, so unfortunately for her, she'll probably be looking to overtake Saki on the safety car restart, but obviously she cannot overtake anybody, so just got to be a little bit careful and not hit anybody, same as everybody else. But it's looking like Joe's definitely got a big task ahead of him. Obviously, when he slowed down out of that pit, what was going through his mind was probably, do I put on those soft tyres, as there's only a few laps you have to defend for. And thankfully now, Spanner and Saki will be absolutely loving life, because I'd imagine they'll be able to pass safety car, but because Saki's a ghost car, I don't think he actually can. And James got a 5-second time point for speed in the pit lane, so it's definitely going to be an interesting safety car restart. The people at the front of the safety car, who are going to be in control of the restart, are they? I don't know. Are not even going to be the race leaders. You can see that just actually upshifting to save some fuel. Maybe he's a little bit under fueled. Let me check everybody's fuel. So his fuel is fine, his fuel is fine. Everybody's fuel seems to be all good. And not like me, and I love fuel the car too much, and then is trying to coast through the corners and losing so much time. But anyway, looks like our front four have got soft tyres, and definitely spillage catching up as well. So these final few laps is going to be a very interesting race to watch. And Lewis Beaker, really unfortunate race so far. So maybe luck's just going to turn his way. And if he can get past James, all he's got to do then is get past Jesper. And obviously James, with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, you've already got P2 basically. And obviously P3 as well for Joe, as long as he can keep up with them. But I'm sure he's not going to have a problem with that, as he showed he has got very good pace. But when is the safety car coming in? Because we want to watch the final few laps, don't we? Because right now, I'm probably thinking Joe should have just stayed out on the hards, because if you've only got to do 2 laps on the hard defending from the softs, you might actually have a chance. But we will see what happens. Obviously 3 more laps to go of Division 2 in round 5. If you have enjoyed, hit the dislike button. No, the like button, don't hit the dislike button. Or you can if you want, you can hit either one, I don't really care. But these final few laps are looking like they're going to be a very interesting race. So we will wait for the safety car to come in, and I would imagine it will be this lap, as Spillage is 1.7 seconds behind Joe. That is not true, is it? Yes, it is, because Greason is in front of him. Okay. So we'll stay on board with Jesper for the safety car restart, as I'd imagine it will be coming in this lap. And can we talk about how close the AI actually gets to the safety car? It's like, how do they do that? That's not. It's because they know when the safety car is going to brake. Hacking. No. But obviously we have an Aston Martin in P1 right now, and that is the safety car. But anyway, the safety car will be coming in this lap, and yeah, so it will be Saki to take us away. Which is kind of annoying for Jesper, as you would have thought that it's his race to control, but because of the game and the glitches it's got, that is not the case. Who is my driver of the day? I'm going to give it to... I'm not actually sure now that you say that, but Joe... Oh, I'm missing everything. Joe looking to go down the inside, and Jesper... Oh, James being putting like a little nudge. I don't know what's going on. Too much going on, but Lewis the Beaker actually going through there, and now on the back of Jesper. Joe trying to sneak through, and everything's happening. Everything is happening. Anyway, right, I don't even know what to comment on. Lewis the Beaker on the back of Jesper now. James not having the best of restarts. Actually. Touching the wall there, and Joe trying to get past as well. I'm going to try and stay focused on the top 5-ish, as this is the battle that we want to see. Obviously we have Apex as well, trying to get past Spillage, but we'll stay on board with these 4 or 5 drivers, as they've all got very good pace. And my driver of the day is... I really don't know. Where did everybody qualify? I can't remember. Right, okay. I'm going to give it to... I'm gonna give it to Joe. I'm gonna give it to Joe, in my opinion. I don't really know where people qualified, but the race Joe has done has been very clean, and actually somehow getting enough pace off of the restart there, and now oh my god, oh no Joe. James actually, okay, right, hold on, I need to take in what just happened. Okay, well that was a final lap attempt. Right, so oh my god, Spillage is now third, everything. Right, okay, this has been a shocking final lap. There's going to be quite a few incidents. I don't really know what to say. That was, Joe's probably raging. I would be. That was not good at all. Apex really wants that final position though for third, but that was not good. So Lewis the Beaker does actually win the race. Jesper does take P2, which he'll probably be annoyed with, as he did have P1 secured, but Lewis the Beaker with the safety car restart did manage to get the position back, and I don't really know what to say. Like, I would now give, like, yeah, Spillage has given a really good race. He's worked his way from the back of the grid almost, but that was crazy. But really good job to Lewis the Beaker. He's had a really unlucky race, and he just made that safety car restart so crucial. Done everything he could right, and capitalised on Jesper's mistake. But wow, James and Joe actually having a very big incident there. But that's shocking. Well, that is it for Division 2. Quite a surprising end, but if you did enjoy, my commentary's not been the best today, but if you did enjoy, it's not the best, it's not very good every day, but you know, it's alright. But if you did enjoy, it'll be the same time, same place next week. So thank you for joining, and I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next week, hopefully. Probably not, but I hope so.